Hey everyone, Roshna J here, and welcome to the Queen Diaries TV. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my 7-phase breakup level up guide. This is the ultimate guide to helping you level up after your breakup. Because the most important thing to keep in mind is that you have to be patient with yourself. A lot of the times we try to rush ourselves when processing pain, and the key to truly healing is actually sitting in that pain, allowing that pain to go through you, not distracting yourself from it, not running from it, not avoiding it, but facing it, going through the dark tunnel and coming out on the other end. Bolder, brighter, smarter, and wiser. Just to give you a table of contents, I'm going to go ahead and share with you the 7 phases that we're going to be going through in today's video. Phase 1, detox and detach. Phase 2, feel and heal. Phase 3 is rebuilding your self-concept. Phase 4 is glowing up mentally and physically. Phase 5 is refocusing your energy. Phase 6 is the soft re-entry. And phase 7 is the ultimate rebirth. Phase 1, detox and detach. Honestly, ladies, you cannot heal while still being connected to the thing that hurt you. So in any way, shape, or form that you are connected to this person, block, delete, detach. Remove them from anything and everything that creates a link or connection between you and that person. Yes, that means block them on Instagram, block them on Snapchat, block them on email, of course, block them on text and WhatsApp and iMessage. Just block them on everything possible that you can think of. Because guess what? Step 1 to healing is removing yourself from the environment that tore you down. Removing yourself from the presence of the person that hurt you. So step 1 is always removing them from all your socials. After you've physically removed them from your life, you need to digitally remove them from your life. And now that you've removed them from social media, detach from social media. Reclaim your time. Don't waste your time going through old pictures between you and them, thinking about the good times, doom scrolling on Instagram, comparing your relationship to other people's relationships online. Remove yourself from the digital space altogether. Reclaim your mornings. Use your mornings for meditation, restoration, journalism, and self-reflection. Instead of waking up and grabbing your cell phone, deactivate your socials for a little bit. When you're going through pain, the last thing you want to see are women getting roses, women getting rings, women getting flown out on your timeline. The last thing you want to see is what you're missing out on. That'll only make you feel worse about yourself. So do yourself a favor. Step 1, remove them from everything. Step 2, remove yourself from everything. And step 3, reclaim your time and focus on yourself. Turn all that energy that you spent thinking about them, looking at their social media, looking at your friend's social media, celebrity social media, take all that energy and put it back towards yourself, because at this time you need it the most. You need that love, you need that attention, you need that care, and you have to turn your attention inward. Reflect on yourself. Think about what you did to get you to this point. Think about how you ended up here, like the red flags that you ignored, the times that you didn't stand up for yourself, what you learned about yourself from that experience, how you've grown as a person, as a friend, as a romantic partner, as a daughter, because honestly, a relationship is just a mirror. It's a reflection of you. So what you allow is truly just a mirror of how you see yourself. So sit down every morning for phase 1 and journal, self-reflect, and meditate. At the end of phase 1, there's this one thing that you must do. And this thing is extremely important. After you've, of course, followed the timeline to see how long you need to be in phase 1 for, write yourself a letter, a detachment letter of everything and everyone and every thought and every mindset, belief, and pattern and habit that you are letting go of after that phase. Once you do that, burn the letter somewhere safe, of course. Go to a lake, throw it in the lake, just rid yourself of that letter to symbolically represent you departing from all those negative habits and thoughts and patterns and people. And then you can finally move on to phase 2. Phase 2 is feel and heal. And this phase is all about nervous system regulation. Honestly, this is not spoken about enough, but all the success you'll ever experience in your life comes from a regulated nervous system. When you're operating from a place of regulation and internal/emotional stability, you flow through life. You don't force yourself through life, you're flowing through life. And things come naturally to you. That's truly the essence of lucky girl syndrome. But I'm going to save all that for another video. Back to phase 2, feel and heal. This phase, like I said, is all about lowering your cortisol, grounding yourself, and truly feeling and processing all of the emotions going through your body, feeling and processing all of those thoughts. Phase 1 was all about detaching and detoxing. Phase 2 still carries on some of the habits that we were building in phase 1. For instance, a priority will still be your morning ritual. Spend your mornings connecting with your divine self, something that you can connect to spiritually to allow yourself to feel grounded, to allow yourself to feel spiritually seen and spiritually cleansed. Dedicate maybe an hour, 30 minutes, maybe 30 minutes prior to the gym, 30 minutes prior to work, an hour prior to the gym. If you work from home, drive somewhere secluded, surrounded by nature to have this spiritual time with God, with who you refer to as God, to truly ground yourself spiritually. When you're going through a breakup, you're not grounded. You're erratic. Your anxiety is through the roof. You're sad. You're depressed. So in order to step back from all those emotions, connecting to your higher self will allow you to do that in this phase while you're processing and feeling all those emotions. You're not running from them. You're facing them head on and allowing those emotions to process through you while you're forcing yourself almost to remain grounded. Make journaling a habit. Every thought, every triggering moment, write it down. Write it down. Write your emotions down. Write the way you feel down. If something happens during your day that reminds you of your ex, write it down. Just pour everything out on paper in order to remove it from your system. Ever notice that sometimes when you feel sad or down, you talk to a friend or a loved one or even a therapist, and afterwards you feel so much better, so much lighter? Journaling actually has that same effect. And journaling is super underrated. And it's better than actually talking to someone because nobody knows. Nobody will know. Because sometimes you might share a little too much and you think to yourself afterwards, wow, I regret that. I wish I didn't tell so-and-so that. But when you journal, when you direct all that energy to a piece of paper, you can just throw it away after. Another essential way to truly ground yourself and lower your cortisol levels and regulate your nervous system is by moving your body. Not saying you have to join a run club, but you can get back into the gym or join a yoga class, do Pilates, maybe get into hiking. Just moving your body to release that stress, release that pain. When you sweat, not only are you releasing heat from your body, but you're also cleansing yourself spiritually. Go to the sauna afterwards even. Just ensure that you start incorporating some sort of activity or exercise that'll allow your body to sweat and move. And you'll feel so much better after every session. Part 4 of phase 2 is speaking positivity into existence. I'm not referring to toxic positivity. I mean, say things like, I release what no longer serves me. This thought no longer has power over me. I am beautiful. I am confident. I am smart. I make good decisions in my relationships. Command to yourself and the universe that you are this person and you are no longer that person. You're training your brain, you're training your nervous system, you're training your subconscious mind to recalibrate into this new version of yourself. I remember in a past breakup, one thing that I would say to myself is, I release what no longer serves me. I forgive myself for what I didn't know. I make space for rebirth. Say it with me. I release what no longer serves me. I forgive myself for what I did not know, and I am making space for rebirth. Write it down on your phone, on a piece of paper. but just repeating that every day, it just feels good to affirm to yourself that you're consciously releasing this and you're consciously deciding to move forward. And you have stated to yourself and to the universe that you know better, so you will do better. Now let's move on to phase 3. Phase 3 is all about curation, curating your external world to now match your internal elevated energy. Part 1 of phase 3 is about curating and upgrading your wardrobe, your hair, your environment. And what does that mean? That means including new pieces in your wardrobe, maybe getting your hair done differently, getting your nails done differently, just doing things externally that represent a different phase of yourself. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, I'm sure you guys have, but ever noticed that when you watch a new season of a TV show, the characters either have a new hairstyle or a new wardrobe, like they have a new look. Something about them has visually shifted, visually elevated. So treat yourself like you're entering a new season of your life, because you are. In last season, you had that boyfriend that was not making you happy. Now this is season 2, where you're rebirthed, where you're free, where you're focused on your elevation, focused on your growth. So show up as that woman. Maybe get a new haircut or a new hair color. Try something that you always wanted to try. If you wanted to try almond nails, get almond nails. If you wanted to try like a French short nail, which I think is super standard, get that. Like if you wanted to get a nose ring, get a nose ring. Like do something in this phase, in phase 3, to truly prove to yourself that you are in season 2 of your journey. Part 2 of phase 3 is all about reconnecting with who you were prior to that relationship. Sometimes when we get wound up in relationships, we let go of the passions, projects, and hobbies that kept us alive. And we also sometimes let go of our goals, or we don't focus on our goals as much as we were prior to the relationship. So now that your slate is clean, get back on those goals and projects. Whether it was a hobby, whether it was something that you could potentially monetize, whether it was a group activity, just get back into it. That book club that you haven't gone to in months, go back to the book club. Go to the next meeting. That pottery class that you've been wanting to try it. Sign up for it. Those Spanish lessons that you've had in the back of your mind, start it. Start the program. The thing to remember is that being in a relationship should not mean that you are neglecting these things that help you with personal development and growth. But sometimes, as human beings, we do neglect them. So things that brought you joy that you were neglecting prior, get back into those things, honestly, because that'll ignite the creativity, that'll ignite the light within you. And that'll also remind you of who you are. Honestly, this is my favorite part of phase 3, and it's creating a digital or physical vision board of yourself. As you know, like the concept of a vision board is not new. Like we do it every year, we do it every 6 months. Like people do vision boards all the time. But this vision board is different. This is like a future self board. This is like a becoming her board. This vision board is all about you. This vision board is about curating the energy that you want to embody, curating the essence, curating the habits, curating the relationships that you want in this new version of yourself. This vision board is not really about, oh, I want to buy a house next year, or I want this version of myself to buy a house. It's really about pinpointing the habits that'll help you get there. Like, for instance, instead of putting a picture of a house, put a picture of a girl saving money, or a girl investing into the stock market, or a girl building a business. So instead of focusing on the ultimate results, this vision board focuses on who you become in order to achieve that. So when you embody these things, when you become this version of yourself, these outcomes become reachable. You attract these outcomes because you're already prepared. So this vision board is about detaching yourself from that girl that was chasing people, chasing places, chasing things, to this girl that attracts people, places, and things. It's about being centered and grounded in who you are. It's about connecting your present self to your higher self and actualizing that self. Before anything comes to fruition, a vision was created for that. All inventions that you see in this room, in your room, in the world, was once a thought. So treat yourself in that same manner. Create that future me vision board. Visualize who she is, what she does, how she acts, how she views herself. This phase is all about rebuilding your self-concept, visualizing your ideal self, and being conscious of what that even looks like. Sometimes we're just existing. We don't even know what we want. And this is supposed to help you visualize what you want and truly work towards becoming her. And last but not least, of course, we're going to circle back to verbal affirmations. This section of phase 3 is all about affirming who you are. Affirm to yourself who you are in this new chapter, in this new season, in this new phase of yourself. Every morning when you wake up, look in the mirror, and you can create your own variation of this, but say something that truly affirms who you are in this season. One thing that I would say to myself is, I am evolving into the highest expression of myself. My life now mirrors the woman I've prayed to become. I am evolving into the highest expression of myself. My life now mirrors the woman I've prayed to become. When you speak things, you're casting spells. You're casting positive spells upon your life. You're speaking positively upon yourself and upon your life. You're blessing yourself. And the universe will mirror that back to you. So don't forget to affirm your greatness, because you are great. You are amazing. And you're no longer that girl. You're this girl.